Hello, my name is Charmaine and I'm going to do another video today. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to talk about the basics for the Cricut Explore Air 2 and all the materials you'll need to get started. I'm doing this video because I've joined a couple of groups on Facebook and people are going back and forth debating if they want to get a Cricut and what do they need to start off to do different projects on the Cricut. So that's the reason why I'm doing this, just to help people out so they can know what's needed for their first project or some of the basic tools you would need to start off. I've been doing this for these less than 6 months and I love it. It's so many things and so many projects you can do with the Cricut Explore Air 2. I know it's different types of Cricuts, but I have the latest one and I will show you that later because it's behind me. So I'm going to show you the tools first, then I can show you the Cricut. Okay, basically let's start off with the smaller the tools that we'll need. And most of the stuff come in packets, a big packet all together. So you need the basic scissors to cut the vinyl, or the HTV, and HTV stands for heat transfer vinyl. We get to that later. So the scissors, basic scissors, I mean, these are okay. I like to use bigger scissors, but this came in the pack with everything else, but I prefer the bigger scissors because it can get really hectic trying to cut, especially when you're dealing with long pieces of vinyl like this, and it's so short right here. So I like to use the longer, I like to use these because it's longer. You can get it done quicker than these short scissors. Okay, so then this is called like a little weeding tool. It's very sharp and pointy, and it's really good to weed the vinyl when you have little small letters or just weeding different pictures and from off the sticky note and to put it on the contact paper. So this is really sharp. It's really good to pick up the vinyl and to weed your vinyl. This right here is like a spatula, and it basically can scoop the vinyl off of the paper, off the mat like that. So I don't really use this, but it can come in handy. This is really, you cannot do anything without this. It's like a scraper. You basically, when you're doing a project and you want to make sure your vinyl is laid down real tight, and also your contact paper is really laid down on top of the vinyl, so you can be able to make sure the contact paper sticks to the vinyl, so you can be able to put it on your project. So this is really good. It's not sharp, it's dull, but it's really good to be able to lay stuff down. And I'm gonna show videos on how to use all these tools on my page, so I get a beginner's video going also. This is the pencil or marker. You see, I never used it before. I mean, this is good for making cards. The Cricut would draw for you. The Cricut machine cuts and it draws for you. So this is like for you making like different cards, greeting cards. You can, or any kind of thing you want to get you to print, draw. Instead of printing, you just use this pencil and it draws on your project. Never used it before. I'm not really interested in doing that. Maybe one day I'll try to figure it out, but I just used it my Cricut to cut. This is like it picks up, like when you have small pieces and you have long nails, it picks up the vinyl when you're trying to weed it. So it really helps. It's really helpful. It's like a picker upper, and you can reverse weed and just different things you can do with this. I use this a little bit. I really use this and these. These two are major, and of course the scissors. These three right here, I use these every single time I do a project. Okay, those are the small tools. Let me go to this big tool right here. This is a cutter, and I love it because basically it cuts your vinyl in a straight line. I mean, you can use scissors, but if you want to do a nice project and you want, like, see right here with this vinyl, you can cut it. Let me show you how it works. So basically, you open it up like this, and it also measures my nails. Okay, here it is. So this is it right here, just basically a ruler. You place this in here like so. And then it tells you, like right here, the measurements. And then you just basically slide this. This is really sharp. It's a blade under there, so you just slide it and they cut it for you. I can go ahead and try it. I can go ahead and show you. And how is it cut in a straight line? I love it. When you really want to have, you know, you want to save vinyl, it's really good to save vinyl because vinyl can be very expensive. So when if you want to cut in straight lines, you can be able to use this on your mat. It's an even straight line, and you can place it on your mat. So while we're talking about mats, let me go ahead and do that before I get to the vinyl. Let me put this away. Let me get you this. This is a ruler. I mean, a measuring tape. I'm sorry. I use this to measure what my where I would be putting my vinyl on to make sure I have enough the exact measurement, so I won't make it too big or too small. So, for instance, if I'm going to make a mug, I'm going to put vinyl on a mug. I have the mug right here, and you see how big the mug is. So basically, I make sure I make the vinyl, the project smaller than a 4, no higher than a 4. Now I usually go down a little bit because the lips goes right here, so I just bring it down. So basically, I do my projects, my vinyl, I cut it for at least, let me think, like 3.5 would be good by 3.5. So mostly, most of my vinyl projects that I do on mugs, I do about 3.5 by 3.5. But you can go bigger if you want to, but the biggest you can go is a 4 because you don't want it to go off the mug. So this is really good, a tape, because it bends. A ruler is easy to use, but this is much easier because you can bend it to make sure if you're using something like a mug. But straight, projects, you can use a regular ruler. So I like using that. Okay, let's go to the mat first. This is called a standard mat, Cricut mat, and you have to have this. You have to put your vinyl on this mat to cut your vinyl through the Cricut. So basically, it comes with a plastic cover. It's very important to keep this covered because you don't want to get lint or anything on it because it'll stop sticking. It'll take the stickiness part away. So this is all sticky, and this is, you take this off. And what I do is I label the mat with a permanent marker, and I just put like any kind of letter because you can tell if the letter is backwards. So basically I can put the letter, let me see, P, and you can see that this is the side that's up. You'll need this upward. When you take it off, you'll be able to know which side is which. Instead of putting it this way, it's backwards. This side might be dirty. So you want to make sure you put it on the right side, the same side all the time. See how sticky that is? So I put a letter P on it just to make sure that I know that I place it this way. So, because this side right here can get nasty from being on top of it. So you always want to keep the clean side on the clean mat. These mats do get kind of dirty. Let me show you one of my old mats. This is one of my old mats. And see how it can get dirty, but it's still sticky. So I still use it, but I just wanted to show you a brand new mat. These mats I get from Michael's. You can get it from Michael's or Joanne Fabric, any crafting store. So let's go. Let me show you how you place the vinyl on here real quick. See, this is the top. It starts at 1, and then you just basically put it between the numbers. Like this is 1 through sheets. The sheets is 12 by 12. That's how it cuts 12 by 12. So you basically line it up real perfect, close to the lines. So just like that. You spread it, and then you flatten it real good so it can be nice and snug on the mat. So see how it is? Okay. But you might have smaller projects, so you can go ahead and cut this paper as small as you want to, so you have to use a whole piece of vinyl. This is not a whole piece, you know what I'm saying, but you can use smaller pieces of vinyl if you cut it, and I cut it with my little ruler, my little cutter thing, because it makes it an even line, so it can be even with the numbers instead of being all crazy, not straight. You see? And you see this vinyl was called Oracle 651. 651 is always permanent, and these basically the regular vinyl you can use on anything, but you cannot put heat on this. This is just a regular permanent vinyl. You can use indoor, outdoor, but you cannot use heat on this. So let's talk about the vinyl. This vinyl comes in all different colors inside, and colors you can cut them to the size you want. Okay, so that, and then also let me cover this mat up so it won't get dirty. I'm going to place this plastic on here. Make sure you don't throw your plastic away. You keep it, and always keep your mat covered. Okay, so that was the Oracle 651 vinyl. Then we also have HTV vinyl, which is scissors. Scissors is S-I-S-I-R. S-I-S-E-R. People say it's different, but I say sizer. It's just called Easy Weed HTV, which stands for Heat Transfer Vinyl. this vinyl you can use for heat. You can't use the permanent for heat, but you can use this for heat. You have to use heat on this vinyl. Let me show you how it looks open. This is how it looks open. You see how this has the permanent vinyl has the paper backing. And you have to weed it, and you basically rip it from here to when you weed it. And I will do a video on that. This doesn't have the paper backing. This is just shiny. So basically, you have to know that you must know that you have to when you put this on the mat, which is the I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot. This is the heat transfer vinyl. You have to put it on the mat, shiny face down, shiny side down. You put it on there, you cut it, you put it down, you place it, and then when after you cut it, it will be like a shiny coating on here, like a clear coating. When you weed it, you will see that, and it's like a plastic coating. After you weed it, you'll be able to tell from this vinyl. So let's see. And then also you would need the this is the transfer tape paper. You have to have this. I get this from Dollar Tree. You have to use this when you're weeding your 651 vinyl. You don't need this when you use the HTV, which is heat. You need this just for your other your 651 vinyl, your permanent vinyl. And I can do a video about that showing you different things, but I'm gonna show you how it looks. It's basically contact paper. And basically what you do, you take this plastic part off right here, and then you cover up the vinyl after you after it's cut. You cover up the vinyl like this. After you weed it and you cover it up, and then you basically place this on the object like a cup or something, and then that's how it sticks. And you use this little scraper to make sure there's no bubbles in it. Then you take this off, and then that's how your vinyl sits. This is how it's set on your project. So I can do a video on that too for beginners. But right now I'm just going to show you the basic tools and the basic things you need to get started with Cricut. Okay, one more thing. I want to tell y'all where I get my vinyl. I really like the vinyl from, like I said, you can get it from Michaels, Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabric, and Amazon. They all are, Michaels and Hobby Lobby and Joann Fabric can be very expensive. I get it when I have to. If I'm doing a project real quick, I go ahead and get it. And then also there's a lot of coupons you can use at those different stores. And Amazon has two different kinds, but you gotta be careful with Amazon because sometimes it might not be good vinyl. So as you can see, when you get the Cricut vinyl, it says permanent. Make sure you get the permanent. This is glitter, but you can get permanent regular vinyl, and just make sure it says permanent, because they have different kind of vinyls. You might not try to. Before I made a mistake getting the wrong kind, so just make sure it says permanent, and then the color is on here too. But this right here is just glitter. Let me show you a regular one. Let me see. And they have all different kind of. They have the foil. They have all kind of different kind of vinyl, glossy. So many different things you can use. You can just check the stores. And I've ordered some vinyl from Heat Press Nation. I like their vinyl. The sheets are small, but I still like it. And they have scissor. They have the heat transfer vinyl, and that's why I got my heat. I did order from Heat Press Nation. I'm sorry, heatpressnation.com. And I also have ordered some vinyl from brilliantvinyl.com. I like brilliant.com because look at this. They give you a whole roll of vinyl. This is so nice. If you go to Michaels or something like that, you get a little tube like this, which only about two to three projects. But this right here, you get a whole roll of vinyl. Let me just show you how thick this. It's different sheets or whatever, but it's a whole roll. It's like this right here. I think was your 12 by 5 feet roll. Of 12 by 5 foot roll, I'm sorry. And it's just so many different colors in here. I like this. And you can basically, what I did was when I'm ready to use it, I just basically, let me show you how thick this is. This is long. It's like I said, it's 12 by, they seal it by 12 by 5 feet. And they have different sizes and stuff too. But what I do is I just take the same size as the mat, and I cut them so I can be able to use it better, to be able to work with it better. So I just cut it to my liking, and then I put them in a little drawer. So they sell those in large rolls. Like I said, if you get them from Michaels, Hobby Lobby, Joann's Fabric, they give you a little bit and they don't last that long. And these are like $12. between $10 and $12 for these. No, this right here, Caesar, is $20-something just for this. And then Cricut is like between $10 to $14 just for this. And the big old roller I just showed you for one sheet is $2.50. $2.50 for just a long sheet like this, which will last way much longer than this, and you'll be paying $20 for this. So it's much better to get it online because you get more for your money. And like I said, the stores, the crafting stores are very expensive. Okay, so like I said, I have ordered from BrilliantVinyl.com and HeatPressNation.com. So check those out. But there are also some more online. I've been doing my research. I Google and I try to find different places. I have not ordered from these two companies, but I heard they were good. 651vinyl.com and vinylpacks.com. Those might be good also. Let's see what else I want to talk about today on this video. Okay, let me go ahead and show you the Cricut real quick. This is my Cricut Explore. And this is the power button. You just push the power and it comes on. There's so many things you can do with this Cricut. I've done so many different projects. The possibilities is endless with Cricut. I have did vinyl. I put vinyl on umbrellas, shirts, totes, makeup bags, coffee mugs, wine glasses, water bottles, drinking coasters, book bags, notebooks. You can put them on. You can put vinyl on the walls, cars, rugs. You can do so much with vinyl. So let me go ahead and show you the different settings. This is a custom setting. You can use this when you're doing like different kind of custom settings, and this custom settings will show up on your Cricut Design-space. And I will do a video about giving you a tour of Cricut Design-space so you can see the different things in the Design-space and learn how to start up a new project. This is the turn it to paper. If you're using paper or if you're using vinyl, you can use paper with Cricut. You can use vinyl. You can use iron-on. You can use light cardstock, regular cardstock, bonded fabric, and poster board. Like I said, you don't have to just use vinyl. You can use all those different types of material. So let's open it up. You push the button over here. This is a little spot you can put the tools in there. And I don't know, I never used that, but and this is how it looks. Voila, it's magic. This is the blade. And, ooh, I didn't mean to touch that. So this is what cuts. This is what cuts everything. And you basically put your mat in here. Slide your mat in there, and you push. It'll tell you to push this button, and it'll move the mat up, and then you push this button to start your project. I guess this is the pause. I've never used that. So these are the buttons on the Cricut. This is the Cricut. This is the Explore 2. And I love it. And I just put a little heart right there to make sure I check settings, because you don't want to make sure you check your settings before you print out something, because you don't want to make sure you're having the right setting, or you can mess up your project. So my next video will be doing a tour of Design-space. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.